Welcome, Divine. Welcome to Golden Mission 144. I know you guys saw the cards come out. Here we read the energy of the men and women on this planet, okay? The most important thing to read. What else is more important than this? So, I know you saw the cards coming out. This is a very interesting spread because we're still in the active, because I think I dated the last masculine reading to about 12, 6, 12, 7, simply because it does show the masculine energy in union. And that was the first time I read that here on this channel. Well, it lets me know why this reading is exactly the way this reading is. But I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, with these cards, but I know you felt this energy. Those who are dominant divine feminines, your masculine side of you've probably felt some of this energy within yourself, and then those dominant masculines, and then those who have a specific masculine who's just acting this entire thing out within their life. This energy has been very interesting that we have been in. It is an energy where it pulls it up, pulls it out, puts it in your face, and sees how you do with it right now. Yes, good energy, huh? But it's perfect because, again, the other reading that we have live right now in the energy that I did a little bit ago, it's that sad end year right before Happy New Year. But the tide is shifting. The tide is shifting on the energy. So you're really just noticing a lot of purging that everybody is dealing with right now. So these are the base cards that came out. And of course, we're going to pull some more as we go and see what's going on. So I just wanted to start out reading the masculine energy. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. And the reason I say it's pretty good is because we start out with the Nine of Swords. Now, starting out with the Nine of Swords coupled with the Temperance tells me that the masculine energy is balancing out the despair. Now, with the last reading saying that the masculine energy is in union, when you come in union with yourself, mind, body, spirit, what you're doing in action, what happens when you come in union is that you know what's going on. You know what's going on everywhere. This is why the divine are those who are coined as having spiritual gifting. Really, you're in alignment, and once you become in balanced alignment, you become that way with everything else, and you have clear sight. So this is what's happening with the divine masculine energy, and in having clear sight as to what's going on in the masculine's world, the masculine is having to now truly balance. So those of you divine feminines, with the masculine energy coming in balance, it means that you were able to see things in your life that you've never seen before. You've never seen before. And it can bring up some despair. It can bring up, and see, it's not like the wrenching pain of before when the Nine of Swords come out. It's almost like a mourning pain of like, dang, I used to live that life. That was my life. How did that even happen to me type situation. It's that mourning and that empathy for yourself, especially those who have that childhood stuff that's coming up. So that's what's leaning in right there. It's just like, dang. So really balancing those emotions out is what's coming up heavy right now for the masculine energy, which is really good, really good. So balancing emotions out surrounding what? Three of Swords, which is those ruptures, those absences, those delays. But it goes even deeper because it's wanting to tell more. It's like not only is the emotion being balanced out according to the energies, and the masculine energy is recognizing things about their life, their childhood, the people around them that they never knew before, those close friendships, those relatives. They thought they had different relationships with all of these people, and they're getting a recognition that they do not have the relationships that they thought in the community and the friendships and things of those. So, and it brings a mourning. So that seems to be what's going on with the masculine energy there. So sending hugs to you, masculine energy. So then we go right in here with the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords says, look, I have something specific to tell you about this. It's just not that I have clear sight about so much, and I've never seen like I see. And it's just, woo. But it's like even more specific. It's like the rupture. I am balancing out the despair for the rupture. But you got to know that it's even bigger than that. It's the absences that I'm dealing with. The absence of the security comes out with the Queen of Pentacles and then the Page of Cups. So it's the absence of the security that I need for myself. In seeing myself in the way that I now see myself, I recognize that I have not secured myself. You see, I'm able to see myself from the mental place, the emotional place, and then how I'm moving. I thought that I was moving differently. I thought that I was being perceived differently. The masculine energy is like, dang it. Not only am I seeing outside, I am seeing within and being in that union place. So the masculine energy is like, I am seeing myself, and they are also having to deal with balancing the despair about the rupture of themselves and the delay of them meeting the dreams and goals that they desire to meet. It's almost like waking up and saying, dang, I'm this old. I was supposed to be doing this at this point in time in my life. So that's coming in heavy with the masculine energy, and they're really having to reconcile the fact that they're balancing. There's no time on this for me. That this renewed way of being right now, it's giving me what I need. See, they're getting a new message around security. And it's like, I'm starting to realize that the greatest gift, the most important thing, the time that should be spent is in the knowledge. They're almost like the knowledge of myself, like really getting to the point where I'm balanced out. So this is really good, but I'm getting the balancing out is like, I really just need to know what I'm doing out here. I need to know what I'm doing out here. And I'm getting like, it's even heavy on it. Like, I've been playing around with some things in my life that I know that I have wanted to do for myself, and that I know that I've actually been saying, and now I know I have the power to do it, and I have the openness to do it. And see, the despair that they're balancing, and like the brokenheartedness, because you got to realize that the masculine energy spent a lot of times, it's almost like I spent a lot of time breaking hearts because my heart was broken. And they're recognizing that their heart was broken in these pieces, and this is why they were breaking the hearts of others. And in recognizing that their heart was broken for so many different reasons, they've been spending their time breaking hearts versus mending their heart. So now that they're starting to have that union within, and they've had some mending of their heart, they're like, I've been wasting my dad blame time. It's like, I've been wasting my time. And they're really now like, man, I gotta have some new news when it comes about the security and the foundations and the things of my life. Really around that pinnacle side, but not only that, it's more about that emotion side, that they are really understanding the emotional intelligence is the key to the pinnacle side. And that's why this came out coupled together. It's like, you see that pinnacle is also linked to that cup. It's like that cup and that pinnacle go hand in hand. It's like, how do you have a high IQ and you have a low EQ. You can't have a high IQ and have a low EQ and still get the fulfillment out of life. And that's emotional intelligence. And the masculine energy is understanding now that that's been the missing piece in everything. And they're looking at themselves almost like, gosh, I didn't know it was packaged like it was packaged. So people are seeing themselves in ways they hadn't seen themselves before, and they're just noticing that they want to meet their goals and their dreams now. It's no longer talk. They're like, shoot, I no longer want to be like this. I don't want to be looking like this. It's like, I'm not just looking in a mirror now and just seeing across the street. It's really a mirror. It's not functioning as the window I've been trying to make it be. When I look in the mirror, I really see me now, is what's going on with the masculine energy. And they're like, I'm about to clean this up. So then we get a whole second row of communication. So when that second row of communication comes out, this comes out with this disorder, this chaos, this ruin. And it's like, well, dang, what's the second message going on with the masculine energy? Well, it's like, look, it's almost like spit hit the fan before you can. That seems to be kind of what came to me that's coming out for the masculine energy. And it's like, well, the chaos, the ruin, the disorder, and then we stress it even more because we come in with the tower, and the tower is coupled with it's tripled. It came out tripled with the tower, the magician, and the wheel of fortune. Well, you guys already know what this is about. I mean, does that not look just like, what is that? The karmic cycle, transmutation, and then divine union. And it's almost like you can see switching from one cycle to the other cycle, the divine from the karmic cycle. You can kind of see that in the middle, and even with the magician. But that's exactly what's happening with the masculine energy. The masculine energy is transmuting. They're in the place of transmuting. Transmuting is transforming their dark to their light. And they couldn't do that until they recognize their dark in the way that you can only recognize it when you come in union with yourself. Because you don't know what's going on with yourself until you align with yourself and see. So once you align with yourself, you really start to get an eye opener. And those first eye openers are like, oh my gosh, I've been living like this. Yep. The people I've been judging, I've been being. Of course. How did you see that? How did you see the judgment if it was not birthing from an energetic place of alignment? I mean, universal planet energy. So this is happening heavy for the masculine energy, where they are just really at this point in time in a heavy transmutation period, and they are doing it. You can feel the rapids in the energy with the masculine energy doing it, because it's like, dang, what you guys are experiencing is, you go to this place and it reminds you of this. You talk to this person and then they remind you of this. Then this person. And they're all reminding of these things of ruin, these things of chaos, these tower moments in your life that you've had over the years. And then you're having to reconcile, transmute all of that and turn it into, of course, moving it over into the wheel of fortune, because at this place, transmute into a positive end for you, something that is going to be of destiny, of success, luckiness, happiness for you. So it's really taking that tower dark days, transmuting it to that success and that happiness is what the masculine energy is doing right now in their life. But in order to do that, they've really had to really face that disorder and that chaos. I mean, just really get down in it. They've also really had to recognize that despair and the broken heart that they've been carrying that allowed them the knowledge to break another heart. You have to be programmed to break hearts. That's not something that you just come out the womb knowing how to do. No, everybody smiles and cools mostly at the baby, and if not, it's definitely something with you. But you really learn so many different things through cause and effect, cause and effect of the experiences that the masculine energy has had on the earth plane. And those experiences stem back from as soon as the masculine comes out to where the masculine is. So it's like come out the womb to whatever the masculine's age is currently. The masculine has had all kinds of scenarios and circumstances and things of that sort that really have just bugged up and caused soul imprints in the energy. Well, these things are coming up to surface, but the masculine energy is moving rapid. The reason I know is because what comes out is judgment and the night. And this is how we end the Rider-Waite pool. The judgment and the night comes out about this. So we know that there is an automatic change of position, a reversal of outcome. The masculine energy is no longer going to, it's like, they're like, I don't want to align my life with the stuff that I was aligned to before. I don't want to do it. You're getting a lot of masculines like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. Is what's coming up, because they kind of see everything for what it is, and they're discovering there's new ways and better ways because they're in full alignment. So they know that their individual selves desire something else. So, and that's only something when you come in that alignment with yourself, like we have going in the active other masculine reading. So what they're doing is that they're being faced with all of the stuff that kind of been on the back burner because they're in a line so they can get it. When you become fully alignment light, then whoop, well, here's the darkness, that you've been carrying around. So you transmute all of this stuff that is connected to you in your life. It starts to come to you like moth to a flame. That's why people are like, when I go up, why in the world am I up? I'm flying high. Life is fine. And then these people divine that you put here on this earth with me. Well, of course, that's necessary to support and transmuting these things to create that lucky and success and happy life that is desired. So the masculine energy has had to deal with some really dark pit energy is coming out. So you guys have kind of felt it. Some stuff out the closet that you totally forgot about, and you're trying to figure out, where did this come from, type of stuff. Or they're having to relate, reflect, put all kinds of stuff together. But I'm getting that they are absolutely doing it, but they're doing it rapidly, because we definitely get that judgment out, and they're like, no, we are changing positions. And then we get that Knight of Wands, which is definitely in that action place. So it has them in that friendly place where they are okay with the position that they're taking, meaning I've made peace with the fact that this is the only option. So they're in that action space of change of residence, change of position, change my mind, change this whole type of thing. And they are definitely doing it when it comes out with that Knight. Let's see if there's anything additional we can say for the masculine energy. We'll go into the John Holland and see if there's anything else that comes out to tell us. Yeah. All right, so we get new beginning, and then solitude of going within knowledge. So new beginning, which is also kind of like the Fool card, which they are really just, but it's a different placement because this is on top of the world, and this is new beginning. So they are definitely getting that new message about security, and that it's almost like now that they're in union with themselves, they understand what security is and what security wasn't for them. So they've gotten that new message about that security, and they are starting new beginning. But this new beginning is going in to get the knowledge of those things that they desire, those things that would necessarily work for them. Let's see if there's anything else that we can pull to actually support this reading and pull it into even different directions. I'm going to pull a universe card to see if there's something directly to come out there for the masculine energy, just to support us in other routes that we can actually take in looking at this, because I can tell that you guys have felt this energy throughout the week, especially around the holiday time. A lot during the holiday time was used to bring this energy in. People were really set up in some nice skits. You hear me? All right, so the universe is saying, do you know what it's going to feel like when the day comes and everything you now want has come to pass? When you're living in total abundance, in perfect health, looking fabulous with friends and laughter wherever you go, it's going to feel like, yeah, well, of course. That's how much I know you, the universe. This is a beautiful note of encouragement with beautiful scenery. And the universe is letting the masculine energy know that this is just a trial on the way. That's all this is. Again, like came out, it's like that spit hit the fan before you can walk into this new beginning of wisdom and knowledge of your inner self that you're able to act out and know. It's almost like now that you see yourself for this new person, it's almost like you want to now live that life as that new person. But it's like, I have so much I have to address. I have so much I have to do. I have so much that has to be corrected. And what I'm getting is, what's happening with you is that these towers and this discord and these ruins, that is what's correcting it. But you're thinking it's supposed to come some other way. I don't know. Maybe like a telegram. We're going to rearrange your life totally at 5 o'clock on tomorrow. It doesn't really work that way. It's a telegram, all right. But you're starting to recognize how the universal flow goes, and you just flow with it. You're learning how to ride the wave. A vortex success card comes out to say the law of attraction assembles happy relationships. The law of attraction cannot bring you a well-balanced, happy person if you are not yourself already that. The law of attraction, no matter what you do or say, will bring to you those who predominantly match the person who you predominantly are. If you are not happy with yourself or with your life, the attraction of a partner will only exaggerate the discord, because any action taken from a place of lack is always counterproductive. Woo! Vortex Success said you were ready to hear that. I do believe that you're ready to hear that, because basically what's happening now in this reading is that this is confirming that the masculine energy recognizes that, and that's why they're transmuting that despair. They're balancing that they've been living in. They're addressing those broken hearts. They are taking that chaos and that ruin of their life. They're transmuting it into what will be happiness, success, destiny. And they're doing this in fast motions. They're changing positions, they're changing residences, they're changing all types of things that's going on. It's like, look, my perspective, my way, my view of life is not the same. They are doing those new beginnings, and they are going within. They're going within the book of knowledge of themselves as to who they are, and they are following that divine guidance, that inner, because now that they are balanced, they're like, man, I know what's for me. I know what's for me, and I know what's not for me. And the only reason why I've been doing all this stuff is because I've been disconnected. But they're like, now I'm connected. I'm reading my own emotions. I'm feeling them. I know I had to go through those painful feelings, and I had to face all this chaos. But as much as I feel the stuff that I don't necessarily want, I also feel the stuff that I do want, and I feel like I have direction in life in a way that I have not had it before. So this is really beautiful that's coming in for the masculine energy. This just goes on to an addition, it seems like, of the masculine energy being in union with self and just how they're dealing with it around their world. So this is great. If I'm led to do an extended that combines the masculine and maybe even the feminine energy or so, then I'll go ahead and do it. I'm going to go and try to do a feminine after this and see what's happening on that end. I'm sure there's an impact, so meet me there. The golden mission is union within self, then union with others. Take care of you. Sending love your way.